Let's go over my 1.6 absolute value equations worksheet. So how to solve absolute value equations. First, let's do a little review. So absolute value of 8. Remember, absolute value is just how far you are from the origin. So here's 0, 8's over here. 8 would be 8 spots from origin. So actually, sorry, -8 would be 8 spots from the origin. That's all it is. So if I was doing this one, absolute value 5 minus 3, remember, order of operations, I do the inside first. 5 minus 8 is -3. Absolute value of -3 is just 3. Because that's how far -3 is from the origin. It's 3 away. Simplify 5. Well, 5 is 5 from the origin, so just 5. So absolute value is always positive. It's distance, and distance is always positive. So with that in mind, let's solve an absolute value problem. And when we talk about this, as we talk about absolute value of 5 is 5, and absolute value of -5 is 5, because they're both 5 away from the origin. Anytime you solve an absolute value problem, it should either be, you should either get 2 solutions or you should get no solution. We'll talk about that right now. So this first one, absolute value of x equals 8. So really what we're going to do is we're going to split it. We have two options. We have x equals 8 or x equals -8. So on absolute value, you always get two answers, a positive version and a negative version. Well, starting off positive, negative. Who knows what happens after that? Or you should get no solutions, because the absolute value always has to be positive. You cannot get a negative as an answer, so this is no solution. Absolute has to be positive. So if I was going to solve this one, same concept. We're going to split it, a positive version, so x plus 4 equals 10, and a negative version, x plus 4 equals -10. Then we just solve each one separately. -4, x equals 6, -4, x equals -14. Over here, same concept, absolute values, we're going to split it, plus and minus. 2y equals 18, and 2y equals -18. Divide by 2, divide by 2, y equals 9. Divide by 2, and y pause, y equals -9. -9, there we go. More over here. So in this case, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to split it. X minus 7 equals 0. Then we can say x minus 7 equals -0, but that's actually just 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So we really only have one solution, which is this guy. Again, this is not wrong. You're just going to get the same answer twice. So we solve that, plus 7, x equals 7. Over here, if we just solve it like normal, so absolute value, you got to split it. We'll do slightly harder ones in a second. 3m plus 1 is equal to 13. And then 3m plus 1 is equal to -13. And again, the key thing, guys, is you always change that guy. A lot of people, what they do is they'll make this a plus or minus. I'm like, what are you doing? It's always the answers that get split. Just because all this could be positive or all this could be negative, right? The answer here could be 13, absolute value of 13 is 13, or the answer to this could be -13, because the absolute value of 13 is of -13 is 13. So you always split this guy. And then we just solve it. -1, 3m equals 12, divided by 3, m equals 4. Same thing here, -1, 3m should be equals -14. I'm going to get a fraction, but that's fine. Divided by 3, m equals -14 over 3. So those are our two answers for this absolute value question. Okay, let's move on to slightly more difficult ones. So here, you want to isolate the absolute value first. So if I'm solving this, I'm trying to get this guy by itself. I don't split it yet. So step 1 is you want to isolate the absolute value of x, and then we're going to split. So isolate the absolute value, and then you split it, and then solve. So if I was doing this one, right, I want to isolate this guy right here. So we're going to subtract 5 from both sides to get absolute value of x is equal to 7, and then we split it. So this goes over here, x equals 7, and then we need -1, x equals -7. And there's our two answers. Over here, and now when you're multiplying, it actually doesn't matter. We can split it right away, but let's keep the same formula. We're trying to isolate this guy. So let's get rid of the 2. We're going to do that by dividing by 2. So absolute value of x is equal to 10, and then we'll split it. So we have the positive 1, x equals 10, and then we have the -1, x equals -10. And there's our answers. Okay, let's go to this one, number 9. So this one where it really hates, right? I cannot split it yet. You have the iso first. So iso first. That's minus those 4's. X minus 3 equals 0. And we've been here before. When we split it, we're actually going to get the same answer twice. So we just got to do one of them. So I do the -1 here. -0 is just 0. So you actually don't need to do that. It's the exact same answer. X equals 3. You're just going to get the same answer twice. Over here, again, if it's multiplying, you actually technically could split it. You're going to be fine. But just to keep the same process, I'm going to divide by 3 first. So then I could split it. So 2x plus 1 absolute value equals 5. And now we'll split it. I'm with the positive 1. So just keep it the way it is. And I'm going to get the negative 1. Right? Make this guy negative. You always make the answer the negative. And then from here we just solve. So minus 1, 2x equals 4, divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 2. Minus 1, 2x equals negative 6, divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals negative 3. And those are our answers. Let's move on. So this one we're going to do the same thing. We got to isolate it first, so go plus 9 first thing. And now you might look at it like, oh, you can't equal to absolute value. Absolute value can be negative. That is true, but when you add the 9, it actually does work out. So you can't jump to conclusion. You got to isolate it first. And now we can solve it like no problem. So remember, 1 you keep it exactly the same, and 1 you negate the other side. Minus 6, x equals 1, minus 6, x equals negative 13. There. Over here, subtract 7 from both sides. You get 4 absolute value of x is equal to negative 4. And in this case, well, let's follow along. Let's divide by 4. Get iso first. And now you see it equals negative 1. That you can't happen, right? I'm not going to do anything else. If I have to split, but it's a negative 1, not going to happen. No solution. Absolute value has to be positive, so that's not going to work. For this one, again, negative, no solution. I can't do anything, right? There's nothing that I'm in the splitting phase and I can't do it, no solution. Over here, first thing we do, add that 3. So we get w plus 1, divide w plus 1 equals 7, and now we can split safely. W plus 1 equals 7, and then w plus 1 equals negative 7. Subtract 1, w equals 6, subtract 1, w equals negative 8. By the way, I haven't done this, but you could check your work anytime you want. Probably just plug that in. So absolute value of 6 plus 1 minus 3, does that equal 4? This is 7. Absolute value of 7 is 7, so 7 minus 3 equals 4. Checks out. If you want to do absolute value of negative 8 plus 1 minus 3, does that equal 4? Negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7, but again, we are taking the absolute value, so it's just 7 again. So minus 3 does equal 4. So it works. Remember, you're always allowed to check your work. Let's go next one. DOK level 2. Error analysis. The student solved x minus 5 equals negative 3 by writing the 2 cases, and then found x is equal to that and that. Explain why the student did wrong. Well, from the very start, absolute value is never negative. It's a distance, so it can't be negative. So you cannot split here. If you get to this point and it's negative, it's not possible. So this one, they want us to say the problem, say what the reason what's happening here. So what did they do here? They went from negative 4 equals 6 to 2x plus 10 equals 10. It looks like they added 4 to both sides. And that'll be the addition property of equality. So anytime you add the same thing to both sides, it's addition property. And now the next one is telling us, hey, they did the division property, so they divided both sides by 2. Well, by the 2, I assume. So we're going to get x plus 1 equals 5. And then definition of absolute value. The absolute value means you can split it. So that's the definition of absolute value. And then it says here they did a subtraction property. So what did that happen? They minus the 1 from both sides. And they get x equals 4 or x equals negative 6. So that's what that's about. Okay, some more real world applications. A thermostat is set to keep a greenhouse at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The system triggers an alert whenever activity is whenever the actual temperature T that differs from the setting by more than 4. Find the temperature at which the alert triggered. So when we set this up, so we're gonna want x minus what we call the target value or the mean value is equal to the error is kind of set up. Like basically how much could he go in each direction? What's the allowable error? So that's all this is. That's the formula for it. This is x is just x. You're not going to change x, but our target value is t. Like, what do we want? We want to keep the thermostat at 68. So this would be 68 degrees. And we're allowing an error about 4 degrees. So over here is going to be 4 degrees. And that's our equation. X minus 68 is equal to 4. And then we could solve it. X minus 68 equals 4. X minus 68 is equal to negative 4. And then we just solve each one. X is equal to 72 plus 68 plus 68. X is equal to 64. So we want to be between, it's going to be, it's an alert at 72 and at 64. So any of those two things, it's an alert at those. Okay. On a number line, x is exactly 9 units from 15. Find both probabilities. So on a number line, the number x is exactly 9 units from 15. So the way we want to set this up, so x, what's our target value? 15. And we're going to be 9 units from it. So our error is like 9 units. So this is This is the best way to set it up. So same idea. What's our target value? We were trying to get to 15, and then we're going to be 9 units from it. And then from there, we're just going to set it up. So one exactly the same, and then one negative. So remember, we only set this value change, so it equals negative 9. Add 15 to both sides. X is equal to 24. Add 15 to both sides. X is equal to 6. So both those numbers are both those numbers exactly 9 units from 15? Yeah. So we went 15, we went up 9, and we went back 9. We got those two numbers. A couple of challenge problems here. So this one, remember the way we do this, we want to isolate the absolute value. So first thing I do is get rid of that 4. So minus 4 from both sides. I get 3, 2x minus 1 is equal to 15. And then we want to get rid of the 3 here. So we're going to get absolute value 2x minus 1 is equal to 5. And once we have the absolute value by itself, once it's isolated, then we can split it. So now we're going to split. So keep one exactly the way you see it. And then the negative one just changes this guy. So 2x minus 1 equals negative 5. Then we can solve it. Plus 1, 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, x equals 3. Plus 1, 2x equals negative 4. Divided by 2, x equals negative 2. So those are our two answers. Now this one has two absolute values. Honestly, we treat it the exact same way. So we're going to go one that's normal, 4x plus 3 is equal to x minus 6. The negative one's trickier, but same concept. We're going to make this one negative. So it works the exact same way. So 4x plus 3. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a negative on the outside and then put x minus 6. So like that. And now we have to solve it. This one is a variable on both sides. So I like to get rid of the smallest variable first. So I get 3x plus 3 is equal to negative 6. Then we're going to minus 3. 3x is equal to negative 9. Divide by 3, x is equal to negative 3. So there's that one. Here we have to distribute first. So 4x plus 3 is equal to negative x plus 6. Redistribute. So negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6. Same idea, we're going to solve this. So I'm going to add x both sides in this case. So I get 5x plus 3 is equal to 6. And then we're going to minus 3. We will get a fraction. Just the way it is. So you get 5x equals 3 divided by 5. X equals 3/5. So those are my answers. One last one. Justify. Explain why absolute value of x minus 4 is equal to negative 6 has no solution. And why, while x minus 4 has exactly one solution. Use a definition of absolute value. So again, absolute value is the distance from the number line. So this is saying, this is like our target value, so 4. So this is saying you're negative 6 away from 4. And that makes no sense. How could it be a negative number? So again, it's distance. So 6 is this far away and that far away. Negatives have no context in this sense. So distance can't be negative is the best answer here. Can't be negative. Now this one's a little more interesting. X minus 4 is 0. So if we have a number line, we're at 4. This says you're 0 away from 4. So your distance away is 0. Well, what's 0 away from 4? Like in each direction? Just 4. You're not going to go, you can't go any direction. You're exactly 0 away from 4. So you're just at 4. So you have one solution. You're 0 distance from 4, which equals 4. So you have one solution. Anyway, that's the idea. And that's the worksheet.